Okay, hey peeps, how is it going? Hi YouTube. So, if you're watching this, you either play saxophone by ear mostly and are thinking, oh, maybe I should learn to read music, which I would highly recommend you do. Kind of like speaking a language and not being able to read a word of it. You're basically illegible. Like, what happens if you want to, you know, go to a supermarket and order some oranges or some pants, you know? Who knows when you might need pants, and if you don't know what it looks like to read the word pants, you might pick up the wrong thing. Anyway, you do limit yourself if you don't read music. It's definitely worth doing. It's a really amazing skill to have. It's like a graphic language and it really links you to a lot of other people that do. It's an amazing skill. It's a way to start. It can be very frustrating if you play from ear. Or you might just be a complete beginner to the saxophone entirely and thinking, well, I'll start from the beginning and read some music. So good for you. Welcome to the team. Team Saxophone Antics. Okay, so we've got here this app from an amazing company called Tomplay. I talked about them briefly like a year ago because I just discovered them and I thought, God, I can't believe someone hasn't done this sooner, really. So what they've done is they created loads of backing tracks and then music that you can graphically play along, and it shows you where you should be in the score. And then you can highlight certain bits, work on those bits. You can start at different points. You can take away the saxophone, or you can have the saxophone there. You can have the saxophone on its own, so you listen to it on its own. You can speed it up, you can slow it down. You can loop a certain section. Like, you can record yourself to listen back and see if it sounds any good. I mean, mind-blowing technology's right there. I guess that's why no one's done it before. It's probably been an absolute nightmare to make this app. But incredible what they're giving out to the world, and for really not very much money, which leads me to say, watch to the end of this video because we might have a few freebies to give away. So I just used Amazing Grace as an example. It's one that I've not done before and it's really beautiful. So I'm going to link back to a couple of videos that if you haven't read music at all and you have absolutely no starting point, I'm going to link back to a couple of videos that are worth watching before this one. So sorry to be a pain, I just don't want to cross-reference stuff that I've already done before. So firstly, if you look up Ches Taylor sight reading, you want to know a bit more about pitch. Now that is whereabouts the notes sit on what's called the stave. That's those 5 lines. And they indicate how high or low it is and how that marries up to your fingers, your G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So you want to kind of know where they are. And Amazing Grace is a really good one to start with because most people kind of know the tune as it is. So you know when you're going wrong and when you've misread a pitch. The other reason it's good is because if you already know Amazing Grace, you know roughly how the rhythm goes. If you were able to sing it, hum it along, then you know which notes are longer and shorter. But you can see them in graphic form on this app, Tomplay. So you can see if you've managed to get it in front of you by now, hopefully, I'll show it on the screen. Here we go, we'll ping over to the screen. So we've got black notes and white notes, very, very straightforward. Occasionally you get a white note with a dot next to it. So the black notes are 1 beat and the white notes are 2 beats. And at the very beginning, you can see that there's 3 beats in each bar. So funnily enough, the 2s and the 1s add up to 3. And every now and then you've got a rest. So when it's not a note, that's when it's at rest. And by process of elimination, you can kind of work out how long those rests are. By always adding up to 3 in a bar. So from the beginning, we can see that we've got that, this is our G to start off with, G to C. and the G is worth 1 beat, 1, and then the C is worth 2 beats, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, rest. So I just looked at the first few bars there. I'm counting in 1, 2s and 1s. Eventually it's ideal to count up to the number in the bar. So they each designated a number, either number 1, number 2 or number 3. So if I was to go from on that rehearsal mark A, you can see an A in a box. If I was to go from that rehearsal mark, I'd be going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that's how really basic rhythm comes together. I've also done another video on reading rhythm and some tips for that, and some other really great apps that are worth checking out as well. So again, refer back to that video, look up Ches Taylor sight reading, and there's 3 really important videos that are worth checking out there. Now, full disclosure, what you've got written here is not what I played at the beginning there. So I did a very embellished version of Amazing Grace. And basically that's kind of embellishing, improvising around the tune. Now, if you've got no experience in improvisation, first of all, my first tip is give it a go. So check out Ches Taylor improvisation or improv, and you'll find I have a whole series getting you started on that. But if you're fearful and you prefer it being written down, or you just want some ideas, the most incredible thing about this Tomplay is you can then make it a little bit trickier. So once you've mastered a song, you might want to then step it up a gear and go to the intermediate version. And then they have advanced versions of almost every single song. So you can then step it up, put it on the intermediate, they'll add some extra notes in there. So they'll give you the kind of ideas that I was doing. I guess mine would have maybe been an advanced version. At the very end of this video, I will play exactly what's written here so you can hear how lovely this very simple, basic, beautiful tune is. So I'll play exactly what's written at the end of the video. For now, I'm going to let you go away and have a little play with it. If you would like to download Amazing Grace, luckily the good guys at Tomplay have given us a cheeky discount because we're big fans. So they're big fans of us being big fans because I seem to be talking about them a bit. They've given me a free month for everyone who watches this video. So if you're an iPad user, download the app, or if you're a laptop user, just go to tomplay.com, and you need to set up an account first. So go onto the monthly subscription. I think if you go Premiere, click on Go Premiere and then the monthly subscription, and then you have to create your account. And when you go to create your account, you can put in the discount code ChesSax19. We'll put the link to this in the description box below so that you can get to it quickly, and then you can get cracking. You get a whole month of freebies, which is wicked, to get you started. So thank you, the guys at Tomplay. That is awesome. We're so chuffed with that, and the team Saxophone are very chuffed with it too. So let's finish just by playing that first little bit again, because it's just such a gorgeous song and I think it's lovely, so hopefully you enjoy listening to it. So here we go from the beginning. Useful for you. Give it a thumbs up if it was, it means a lot to me. If you want more of this kind of thing, give us a comment. If you want me to recommend more of the kind of apps and things that I use and more of the equipment that I use, I've kind of stopped mentioning what my setup is. I just recently bought a new saxophone. Naughty, another one to the collection. So if you want to know what kind of instruments I'm playing, a little bit more about what I do as well, full-time saxophonist, that's what I do for a living. You can find out a bit more about me on Instagram if you look up Ches Taylor Sax, or the Facebook, or the Snap Face, or whatever, all of those things. I have a website. All of the links are below in the description box, so check those out. Love to all. Speak to you soon. Bye. So I am serious about this subscribing thing. Hit that button. do it. Do it, or I'll drop this out. I will. I'll do it. I'll